that's where Cyberbacker is good at. We're here at giving as many chances as you can. You may not get it the first time. Don't be discouraged. The only person who will be stopping you from moving forward with us is yourself if you stop. So don't stop.
I'm excited today. I've got Vince with us. Vince is one of our headbackers. So Vince, for everyone who's not had the pleasure of meeting you yet, tell us about you.
Hi, everyone. My name's Vince, and I'm, well, just like what Craig said, I'm one of the headbackers, but I did not start as a headbacker in Cyberbacker. I actually started as like a frontliner or a cyberbacker, and opportunities, I guess, not to spill a lot of beans in the interview, but there's a lot of potential with Cyberbacker, and we're growing really fast. And lastly, we'll just say that we're planning to hit 15,000 in 2025. So I keep my mouth shut. That's it.
It's a good one, man. I like this. So Vince, a lot of people are wondering right now, before coming to Cyberbacker, have you worked online before?
Well, not as full time as this one. My entire career was mostly in the call center, so I've been there for more than a decade, and I've worked remotely from time to time. Like if we're not on shift, like if we're on conference, we're on conference somewhere, or they need us to be somewhere. So yeah, we do work remotely, but not like this where it's like day in day out. You work remotely, and the people that you're working with are also working remotely. So it's kind of different for me. It's the first time, but I'm thankful for Cyberbacker, and the people, here have supported me in my transition. So
yeah, love that. So what originally attracted you to working online?
Before going into this line of work, I actually have a small business that I had before, but I guess there was I would say I got the short end of the stick, because when I was putting up my company, that was the time the pandemic hit. And so, I was thinking, okay, what do I do? Plus, at the same time, I have a 1-year-old daughter at that time. So my my focus was split between being a father and having to work for my family. Actually, Cyberbacker was introduced to me. You'll be surprised, Craig. This was introduced to me about 2-3 years ago by a good friend of mine, and I always said at that time, well, I have a consulting. I'm into consulting right now. I'm not into looking into that, not yet. And then everything changed, and then she was at the right time at the right place and say, hey, Vince, how are you? Just wanted to check with if you're interested with Cyberbacker. And I'm like, yeah, why not? Let's give it a try. And from that day on, it was like nothing but up for me. I did the interview, I did the RFI. Just a little note, I know a lot of people out there are, for a lack of a better term, maybe complaining with the hard interviews and the hard methodologies that we go through. I am no exception. In fact, prior to coming to Cyberbacker, I did not pass the first time. And I was pushed to virtual backer, and they said, just, keep applying. So day in and out, I think for about a week or 2 weeks, I have been attending the meetings with virtual backer every night, going through the RFIs. And then an opportunity at that time came along where we were hiring for what we call cyber recruiters. And so they said, why don't you see and take your luck? I did. And again, that was it. So for anyone out there who's trying and who's, failed the initial interview, don't stop. That's all I can tell you. And even Craig would post messages in Facebook saying, the only people who don't succeed are the quitters. So I know that. I've seen that.
That's awesome, man. Love that. So what do you like most about being a headbacker and on the front lines in the Cyberbacker position?
It started when I was a cyberbacker. I got a new client and I was really thankful, not only to Cyberbacker, but also to my clients for giving me the opportunity, because that was, I would say, the all-time low for me, at least for this decade. So they gave me the opportunity and I said, I'll do really well in helping them with their recruits and all that. And then 2 months, 3 months down the road, they said, okay, we want to see if you have the potential, and then let's see if, you can help other cyberbackers. And so I said, why not? And that's when it opened the opportunities for me, one. And second, that's where the love came in, because not only am I making my client happy, but I'm making 18 other clients happy right now. So I'm also making sure that not only are the clients happy, but also the cyberbackers know exactly what to do. Like when they hit a road bump, like on their first 3 months, sometimes they don't know what to do. And because of the regular coaching sessions that we have, I'm there. And we go ahead and talk to the client and say, hey, this is the strategy that we're going to do. So I love the whole coaching. So it's a combination of making the clients happy, and at the same time, our cyberbackers improving constantly so that they can provide the right and ample support to their clients.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Vince, I'm going to ask you one that people are afraid to ask. Some people are afraid to answer. You ready for a tough one?
Sure.
Does working at Cyberbacker pay a good income?
It is. If there's one thing that had stuck to me that our good CEO Craig has told us, is that if you do the work, you will get paid. So I've had my fair share of working like in other companies where, like long hours, we're talking about 12, 16 long hours, but it's the same. Here, you get paid for every inch of extra work that you put in. And if they see good potential in you, they will look into you and then, further your career. So yeah, it does.
Yeah, man. Love that. Okay. Cyber Cami, what great questions did you bring for Vince today?
Hi, good morning, Vince. Good morning, Craig. I have a few questions for you, Vince.
Sure.
First is, what is the most memorable experience that you had with Cyberbacker?
Oh, wow. I would say my move to becoming a headbacker. That was the most memorable one for me, because I've been in the call center for decades, but this is different, right? It's not the same. So I said, why don't I give it a try? So I did. And then, 2 months, 3 months down the road, they saw the potential in me. And then, I did the interview and all that. And, I made it, right? So I'm here already. So from then on, there's nothing but, wonderful and good memories, making clients happy, helping people, helping cyberbackers support their clients. So, there are a lot, but I would say it would never have been possible had I not been, a headbacker or moved to the headbacker position.
And with that, we congratulate you. And we feel that you really, really love what you're doing. And thanks for being you, and thanks for everything that you do. And of course, there will be challenges along the way, right? So what are the biggest challenges that you have experienced personally and professionally?
For starters, and it's a little joke I tell everyone, my first day with Cyberbacker, I was literally 3 hours ahead of my schedule. Just to lessen the conversion time, I start my work at 9 p.m. And normally I would wake up at, 5-ish. So, take my breakfast, my morning routine, my coffee, so on and so forth, plus an hour of travel, right? So I said I was going back to work. I did the same thing, only to find out that it was 6 o'clock and I didn't know what to do. I'm like ready, prepared for my first day, snappy and all that. I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? So for me, that's a little joke. It's not a challenge, but something that I had to adjust.
Part of the adjustment.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. And now as I go into, working online, I needed to adjust because before I would say I had myself compartmentalized. Like when I go to work, like personal stuff, like ends on the front door of my office or front door of my house. But then now it takes me like 5 minutes from the bedroom to where I work. And from time to time, my little daughter would, pop up and, say hi. And I had to educate her. Can you imagine a 2-year-old and a father trying to educate a little daughter saying, hey, I'm in a coaching session right now. Can you go back? It's only going to take 20-30 minutes. So just, can you please come back like a little later? So that's my whole challenge because it's no longer compartmentalized. Anytime they can they can barge in the room. Like I have a small room where I work and I had to put a do not disturb sign outside when I'm in meetings. So those are the challenges. But then I told my family that this is the work that I have now, so we all have to adjust. And so when I enter that room, that means that I'm probably gonna come out like 4 hours after to take my lunch, and then an hour or 30 minutes and then come back, and then you'll see me after another 4 hours. So that's just the main challenge, but everything else, brings back nothing but good memories.
I like the do not disturb sign at your door. Now, I got one more question for you. What do you like most about their cyber ammo, Craig?
Well, for one, I like his I would say very down to earth, upfront, human approach, because he does Facebook, lives from time to time. It's really fun. It's like you see your cyber ammo doing handstands in the office or talking at his porch or talking while doing his laundry on a Sunday. So it's really nice to see somebody, like as human as like that. The other is that I've learned a lot. One of the very first things that I learned is the 66-day challenge, because when I transitioned, like working in the office to working at home, I would say I wasn't really good in managing my health, because like when you work in the office, like you would walk, you would commute, so there's still some form of exercise. But working virtually, it takes you 5 minutes from your bedroom to wherever you work, right? Or it takes you 5 minutes to go to the kitchen. So there's no walking or no exercise. But then, because of the 66-day challenge that Craig said, that, you need to make an effort to do something 66 days continuously. So it becomes a habit. And so what I did was I started walking like prior to my shift, like 30 minutes to an hour. Like I would just walk like around our corner and just continuously walk for 30 to an hour. And I would say I was successful in that 66-day challenge, because not only am I walking now, I also do biking on weekends. So that's just one of the things that you don't see like in other companies, or you don't see that learning, especially someone who is like a CEO of the company. That's very, very rare. You can hear us, Craig, right?
Yeah, he's just hiding.
I am hiding. I get embarrassed every time we answer that question. And at the same time, like when Cammie asks that, I'm secretly over here taking mental notes. Do more of this. Do more of this. So next time I'm on Facebook Live, you never know, I'll be doing dishes, maybe brushing the dog. Who knows? Be cleaning the toilet. Like, hi, everybody. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Anyway, I'm kidding. But Vince, I got to tell you, I'm glad you're here. Couple different reasons. Number one, the people that you work with, that you're a head backer for, you make a difference in their life. I don't know if you know it, but I know they know it. I didn't know that it means something to them. I know that they might be a little lost without you. And so I'm grateful and I'm glad you're here. Oh, you guys might not have saw, but I snuck off and I took a drink and now I kind of have like the hiccups going on a little bit. I'm gonna hold my breath. Kidding. Char. Ha. Vince, though, I'm glad you're here. So tell us right now, for everybody watching right now, one thing you want to leave with them. If I'm tuned in, I'm viewing, I might not know you, I might know you, or it's, on your Facebook and they don't know me, or YouTube or wherever else they host it. What's one thing you want to leave with everybody?
I would say the most powerful thing that I've learned while I'm here is that you don't stop. If you're in the interview process, don't stop. If you're in the final interview, don't stop. If you're in the RFI, don't stop. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Why am I saying that? Because again, I said it earlier at the start of the interview, 15,000 in 2025, and it's only what? 2021. So that's a long way to go. Eventually you will get there, right? What you don't need to do is just continue to do the same thing. Continue to reinvent. Don't stop, but continue to reinvent. Learn. Like when I was pushed to virtual backer the first time, I told the interviewer what were my AFIs. I wanted to know because I wanted to apply the second time. So number one, I wanted to know how long can I reapply. Number two, what were my AFI so I don't do it again. And number three, if ever you can indulge me with your time, maybe you can tell me exactly what those AFIs are and what do I need to do to improve myself. So that's where Cyberbacker is good at. We're here at giving as many chances as you can. You may not get it the first time. Don't be discouraged. The only person who will be stopping you from moving forward with us is yourself if you stop. So don't stop.
Very, very good. So, well, everyone, you heard it from Vince. Thanks for watching. Great job. Give him a shout out on the back. Thanks, guys. See ya.